Hi everyone, New York Times bestselling author Jamie Brumfield here, back with you live to do a review of Ragnarok, which is the new Netflix series that came out Saturday of this week. In fact, there were three Netflix series that came out. Thursday was The Stranger, um, Friday was Luna Nera, and then there was the Ragnarok, which is out of all three, my favorite was definitely Ragnarok, and I have not finished the other two, so I can't really give a yes or no on how I felt about those yet, but I will do a review on those. But right now, this is for Ragnarok, and out of all three, I was watching all three. I was trying the first episode of each one, and the one that caught my attention the most was Ragnarok. And here's why: it's about gods and giants and modern day issues like climate control and pollution and all of that fun stuff. So all of that kind of stuff that I do find fascinating. And of course, my books have the ancient gods in them, most of them. So it kind of, it's easy to see why I would have enjoyed this series more than the other two. But the other two are still okay. I haven't finished them. I will finish them and get reviews up for those. In case you're wondering what this is or you haven't seen it, this is the what you're looking for on Netflix, Ragnarok. And that is the poster for the season, in case you're wondering what it looks like. And basically, let me kind of give you an idea of what Ragnarok is all about. So, Ragnarok, according to Norse mythology, is a series of events, and they talk about this in the show, but this is a Norse mythology, so I'm not giving you away a spoiler here. Anybody who understands Norse mythology knows this. So Ragnarok is a series of events, including a great battle foretold to lead to the death of a number of great figures, natural disasters, and submersion of the world underwater, and that is according to Wikipedia, not according to the page of the the series or anything else. So it kind of gives you an idea of what this is about. It's about there was this great there was this great war that happened long ago between the gods and the giants, and this is in Norse mythology. So in Norse mythology, sorry, I have to make sure that I'm saying it correctly and it comes across correctly. So there was this great war, right? And it was said that the gods disappeared and the giants disappeared after that. But did they? And that's where this series kind of takes up. Did they really? So the series, it says basically on the trailer and on Netflix, it's a small Norwegian town experiencing warm winters and violent downpours, seems to be headed for another Ragnarok, unless somebody intervenes in time. So that kind of gives you an idea of what's going on. So you've got all of these, characters, and they're modern day characters, but are they modern day characters? And so that's where I can't give away too much. I don't want to give away too many spoilers, but this is going to have some minor spoilers. So you've got this family that they just lost their father, so they are moving back home to this Norwegian town, and it's two brothers. One is dyslexic, and the other one has advanced in school a couple of grades. So basically, they're in the same class. And so you've got these two brothers, and they've got their own stuff going on. They're teenagers, right? But there's also something very special about them, both of them, even though only one really has um, a special abilities. I'm going to say, I don't want to reveal too much, but special abilities. The other one's really special in his own way, and he really does add to this series, and he's really good to his brother. So you've got a really good bond between these two. They both their mom just has really had some struggles. She spiraled out a few times. Could you imagine losing your husband? I can see that, right? So she spiraled out a few times. The brothers, who are teenagers, have had to help her get through that. And so you've got one good natured boy and another one who's, likes to be the center of attention, popular, but also really good to his brother. You've got this family, and that's this family dynamic. They're returning to their mom's hometown. And when they return to their mom's hometown, it's a small Norwegian village that is having, some major climate issues and pollution issues. And you've got one character within the show that is big about, bringing this to limelight. You know, hey, everybody needs to know this. We are polluting our environment. And then you've got another family who basically is the wealthy family who is running running the the large um, oh my gosh, I cannot think of the word. It is the uh, the mills and the oh my gosh, I cannot think of the word, and I just watched this. Anyways, they're running these manufacturing companies. That's what it is, warehouses and things like that. And so it's the whole town kind of knows that there's all of this pollution going on and all of this, and it's kind of leading back to this, but they also have bought everything. So it's kind of like it shows the power, right? Who has the power? Well, when this family returns, one of the kids has taken on the family inheritance as far as the duty. Um, and that's kind of my biggest issue with this series is that it really wasn't explained. There were three sentences that were said in a ancient language of the gods that it made all sense to me at the very end of this season. And I was like, okay, now I understand why this has happened for him, but I don't understand the other aspect of the other family and how they play into and um, how all of that has come about. So when you're watching it, there is going to be missing information. You're going to feel like at the very end, you're going to get a little piece. It's about three sentences that you have to be watching the subtitles to make sure you caught it, and then that will make sense to you. But it wasn't even explained. It was just three sentences that you're like, okay, now I get it. If you put two and two together as you watch the rest of the series, you'll understand it. But the rest of the players in this show, there is no origin story. There's no understanding as to why it is what it is and why people are just accepting of these people. And there's no origin story. So if you're expecting to get an origin story with this first season, that was my biggest con to this one. That was my biggest criticism to that, is I didn't catch the origin story, and I only caught how the son became who he became because of putting two and two together. It wasn't really explained. I'm hoping that there's going to be more explanation in season two, if there is a season two. It just released, so they're not going to reveal. I didn't even look. It usually takes a couple weeks before they reveal whether it's been greenlit for another season. But so that one, and then the other piece to this one is that the dubbing was actually pretty good compared to some, because the dubbing with the voices and the audio and that kind of thing was pretty good compared to some, but if you don't like that, you're going to be pulled out of the story from time to time because it's going to catch you and you're going to get pulled out. So just keep that in mind as you're watching it. All in all, I loved this series. I think that if they bring out the origin story, if there is a season two and they ended it on a way that there could be a season two, if they bring out the origin story of the families and why they are who they are, then it will really make a lot of sense, and it will really heighten the enjoyment of the series. If they don't, I don't know, there's going to be a lot of people that are not going to be completely satisfied, because we like the origin stories too. We're used to getting our origin stories. We're used to understanding that. But I don't want to give away spoilers, but when you're watching it, you're going to ask questions like, well, how come there aren't questions being asked by the people in this town about this family? You'll understand when you watch it why you'll be asking those questions as you're watching it. So that is really my only critique. Other than that, I think it was a really great series. I think the actors did really good. And again, the dubbing and that kind of thing. So I don't know how it was when it was originally aired. But all in all, I think it was really good. I think that everything was portrayed really well and it came across pretty easy to understand. So I really did enjoy that aspect. When you're dealing with the gods and the titans and all of that, then, if you enjoy those kind of stories, you will like this series. And the characters just pull you in. So you're going to like that too. Yes, there's kind of missing pieces, but you'll get it and you'll enjoy it. And that, like I said, if Netflix brings that, or if the creators bring the origin stories in season two, I think it'll make it even 100 times better. So what is my rating on this? Did I like it, love it, or hate it? um I kind of loved it. How about you? Have you seen this and did you love it, like it, or hate it? Let me know in the comment section. I kind of loved it. I mean, I wasn't like, oh my gosh, it was the greatest thing ever, but I didn't hate it, and I loved it more than I liked it. So I mean, it was really intriguing. I really enjoyed it, and I love the fact that they use Norse mythology. There's so much Greek mythology out there. There's so much Roman mythology out there. There's so much Egyptian mythology out there. But Norse mythology is not as frequent as these other mythologies. So I really liked that too, because it gave me a peek into a different pantheon that I really kind of liked. And I might actually look into it a little bit more for my books because I really liked the pantheon. So I think all in all, it was really good, and because it's in my purview, I suppose that's probably one of the reasons why I really liked it. Um, what about you? I want to hear in the comment section what you thought of it. Did you like it, love it, hate it? Would you recommend to watch it? Like I said, I gave you my feedback on the things, the small critiques I had. They're really small critiques. They're really not big critiques, and you can still really enjoy the series with the things that I talked about, and understanding that those missing pieces. So all in all, I think really good. Um, really good. So let me know in the comment section what you think. Let me know if this review made you want to watch the show, or if it made you not want to watch the show. I would love to hear that too. Let me know in the comment section below. Let's get a conversation started on this series and see what we come up with. And let me know if you want me to do an actual spoiler review, because I tried to be as unspoiler-esque as possible in this series. Is that a word? I don't even know if that's a word, but it is a word for this one. So, all right, so that's it for me. Other than the fact I should probably give you a score, I definitely give it a 4 out of 5, and I would say probably a 75 out of 100. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Maybe 80, but really 75. I think 75. Because of those missing pieces, you will be asking questions as you're watching the series, and so I think 75 is really good. For that. All in all, really great. Check it out. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I didn't see anybody commenting during the live stream, so um, maybe I can catch out what you're saying in the chat below, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on this series. Okay, so that is it for me, New York Times bestselling author Jamie Brumfield, signing off, reminding you. I was just gonna say keep it simple, but no, that's not the right one. I'm actually gonna say escaping into the paranormal with me. Sorry, it's been one of those weekends. Escaping into the paranormal with me. And thank you so much for tuning in, New York Times bestselling author. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, and click the bell to get notified when new videos become available. The YouTube channel is Jamie Brumfield, and if you are on Facebook, it's author Jamie Brumfield. Follow me over there. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, y'all.